Have you ever noticed that things just keep working? Even when you stop thinking about them? Your breath doesn't wait for your belief. Your heart doesn't require your understanding. The sun doesn't pause just because your mind is confused. There's a strange reliability to existence, almost unsettling if you stare at it for too long. Reality seems to preserve itself, and it makes me wonder what is doing the preserving. It's not effort, it's not control. It's something quieter, something already in motion before thought even arrives. This is what a text like the Viṣṇu begins to feel less like a scripture and more like a whisper from inside the very structure of reality. It's not asking to be believed, only to be noticed. We often think creation is the great mystery. Birth, beginnings, the Big Bang, but preservation. Continuity, the simple fact that things remain coherent from one moment to the next. This is much subtler. It's harder to see. The Viṣṇu doesn't obsess over dramatic origins. Instead, it lingers in the space of maintenance, in balance, in the way chaos is constantly held just short of total collapse. I find myself watching my own body as I think about this. Cells are dividing without any instruction from me. My lunch is being digested without my supervision. Memories are assembling themselves without my permission. There is an intelligence here, but it's not the kind that speaks. It's more like the kind that sustains, and maybe Viṣṇu isn't a figure at all, but the name we give to this sustaining rhythm? I might be wrong. But what if Viṣṇu is not the one preserving the world? What if Viṣṇu is the preservation itself? When I read the Purana this way, the avatars stop feeling like mythological events and start feeling more like corrections in a system. When the balance of the world drifts too far, something adjusts. Not violently, not emotionally, just precisely. It's like homeostasis in the body, like the way your body regulates its temperature. It's like the way consciousness itself returns to its center after wandering off. Maybe this is why preservation feels so invisible, because it doesn't announce itself. It doesn't conquer. It doesn't destroy unless it's absolutely necessary. It recalibrates. It quietly restores coherence. And suddenly, the concept of karma starts to make more sense, not as some moral judgment, but as the universe continuously correcting its own imbalance through consequence and resonance. It's a natural law, like gravity. I'm starting to feel that this preservation is happening inside me, right now. Every time a thought dissolves before it can become an obsession. Every time an emotion passes through me without becoming my entire identity. Every time my awareness remains, even when my attention collapses. The Viṣṇu seems to suggest, without ever saying it directly, that consciousness itself has a preservative quality. That awareness, when we let it be, naturally sustains order, not an imposed order, but an organic one, the kind you don't even notice until it breaks. Maybe this is why the text feels so calm, so unhurried. It seems less interested in some grand revelation and more interested in simple continuity. It doesn't try to wake you up with a jolt. It assumes you are already awake, just a little distracted. And then there's the concept of time in the Purana. The cycles, the yugas, that unfold and then fold back into themselves. It's not a straight line. It's not a story of progressing towards some final perfection. It's more like breathing, expansion, then contraction. The Purana doesn't promise improvement. It promises persistence. And that's a very different kind of comfort. It's not hope. It's not salvation. It's reliability. It's the sense that even collapse is part of preservation on a much deeper level. That destruction itself is not the opposite of Viṣṇu, it's just one of its tools. That idea unsettles me a little, because it means that nothing is ever wasted. Not even suffering. Not even confusion. Everything, in the end, feeds the equilibrium of the whole system. As I sit with this, I notice something strange happening in me. The need to control things starts to soften. The urgency to fix everything begins to dissolve. If reality is already preserving itself, then my role is not one of management. It's one of alignment, of paying attention, of participating without constantly interfering. The Viṣṇu doesn't ask for worship in the way we usually imagine it. It asks for recognition, for just noticing the sustaining intelligence that is already at work in your breath, in your memory, in gravity, in compassion, in every consequence. It's almost intimate. It's like realizing the floor has been holding you up all along, and you never even thought to thank it. And maybe that's why this reflection doesn't end with a clear answer. Preservation has no climax. It has no grand conclusion. It just continues, quietly, invisibly, until it doesn't end. Even then, something else takes over. As primeras talleres, just noticing this moment sustaining itself without any effort from me. I get the sense that the journey isn't really moving forward anymore. It's deepening. The mystery is no longer out there somewhere. It's right here, inside the structure of being itself. And somewhere, just beyond the edge of preservation, something else is already waiting to be noticed. Thanks for joining me in this thought process. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more explorations like this. See you in the next one.